we're back. Hi. So this is part two. Let's just call it what it is. Welcome back. Apologies for the dipping in and out. It wasn't planned specifically, um, but it's okay. We made it back on. I'll let you guys come in for a bit and take your time. What part of this do we have that on there? All right, I made it back. Don't worry. I know. I know. Uno momento. Uno momento. I'm here, don't worry. Give me 1 second. What? This is our 2025. Okay. You guys, you made it back. My heart is filled. Thank you. I apologize, by the way. It's been a minute. No, not really. I think I hit something on the phone. So, okay, now for this part of our live stream, I'm not mad about the reset. It's okay. Things happen. If you are a content creator, an Amazon influencer, a live streamer, anything of that caliber, say hi below because I really want to speak something specific to you all for your current or your future. If you are a person who loves to shop and you're looking for specific things, I would like to know in like what you're looking for, I guess you would say, out of curiosity because I'm nosy. But so, and then what else? What else? My fitness and wellness and spiritual aspect, the rooster, he's gonna do that all throughout the live stream. So, welcome. And yeah, so this part we're gonna tap into our planning. Thank you all for finding me again. I do have to reset my Wi-Fi yet again. I was looking up some things last night. I've been here for almost a year, so I'm not used to this, but it's amazing to me that Wi-Fi is not accessible everywhere. I just be like, how? Obviously, I know why, but yeah, it's a lot to deal with. When I first came on live months ago, probably like 6 months ago, I think I lasted on 10 minutes of live stream. It was crazy. It disappeared on me. Okay, anyways, let's lower the light and let's get a little bit more personal 101. This is the start of our Monday. Now, Mondays, again, as I said, are like my, hold on. Oh, by the way, Body Made by Me, Pilates in Style. So I got you. Don't worry, don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, so all these cords. So I typically don't hop online for work things and emails and all that till about 10 to 12. Depends on what I'm doing. Mondays are my resetting days, so it's where I plan my attack for the week. No, seriously, it's basically where I get more in depth about what I want to do, what that looks like, and what I need to accomplish it, and then that's how I shop. Do you need anything to get anything done other than yourself? No. But it makes the process more fun and it makes it more exciting, right? So when I'm shopping, I love to shop from a place of joy. The same way I love to eat from a very happy place. When I order wings or pasta or something of that, I eat it with joy. I have a good time with it because that's how you allow it to flow through you and doesn't get stuck in like your stomach or something. Second, now what we're going to do for my live streams are based off of real life, right? So this is like a live stream, a reality, like a reality show live stream, but I'm bringing you in on the behind the scenes of how I plan, how I prep, and how I move. Now, my New Year's planning starts in November. I recap what I did for the year. I look at what worked, what did not work. This year alone, I'll show you my wall from a very simple view. Don't look at all the mess. But this is like my layout wall, I like to say. So I have about, I don't know, 12 platforms total that I play with. And this year we got to tap into about 8 new platforms. So platforms are basically places that you present yourself, whether it's creative photos, graphics, videos, live stream, or shopping experiences. Now, a lot of them were just not worth the full energy, but some are over time. Okay, just keep that in mind. Now, this is more so for creatives and consumers, but just think on a social media aspect. If you follow me, you can Google my name and you can find what platforms you are on, and I'll invite you into other ones as I continue to build them out, okay? I feel like that was a good, like, okay, disclaimer, preface, let's get it. Thank you all for joining me and finding me again, okay? I appreciate that. So, I'm very excited about this because I've been working on this all year. Now, as far as the fullness of it, it's going to continue to like develop, but I'm bringing you on from this point on. So, out of the 8 platforms, 3 have done well, and like 2 I'm still playing with. I had to buy more things for them, aka products, and then I would say the other ones are not, they're not in full, like they're still building their own selves, right? So I'm a part of their beginning stages. Now, I don't think I put this product on here. I know. Don't come for me. But on my storefront, if you click my little face, I believe, you'll see where I put daily live streams. Now that will have a group of items that I will be speaking on every time you see me. It won't change too much as I don't over consume. I use a product until it's full life, and then I repurchase but a new brand, a new product style, just to see in comparison. That's how I do my reviews. I feel like that's the best way you can review if you've used multiple products from different brands that are similar. So this new brand that well, it's not new to me, but new to you guys. I love me a desk laptop tray. I used a wood one, which was like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was trying to do it naturally. I used a wood one. I used a plastic one that has some very weak legs. And then I started to use the ones without the legs, and those came better in handy. This one I'm using now is, again, similar to the one if you've seen my tech live stream before, similar to that one. It definitely has a cushion at the bottom because it doesn't make my legs uncomfortable. And it is, you can choose your own size. But it's big, and it has like a place for a mouse. I did add the mouses. The mouse is up to you. It can be battery operated, USB connected, and whatever price point you can afford. Logitech is going to be your top brand, trustworthy. I've used their webcams. I've used their light fixture thing they have. So I've worked with them a couple of times, and their mouse is easy. This is their Cyber Monday. And then you have the affordable one they have a Cyber Monday deal. They took like $1 off because it's already $5. So depending on your budget, I do watch for that too, because again, this is something very simple. Now, the only thing with mouses that you have to be mindful of, wait, where's mine? The only thing you have to be mindful of is that as long as it works with your computer and that it has a fast connectivity, so it's not all delayed and like lagging. But they're very simple. Unless you want it to light up and have all these colors and all of these things, that's your choice. I like simple to start, especially if it's a new brand. Before I overspend on something, I don't know if it's worth it. So easy plug-in. Now, my new computer, I still have my MacBook M1 chip. Love her down. She's fabulous. She's fast. She's great. It's more my home base. But my travel on the go is Lenovo. Look how light this is. I love it. It's quick. I can throw it in my gym bag, take it to the coffee shop. Sometimes I walk around with it like this, as if I'm the most important person on the planet. There's nothing that beats this combination here. Hold on. Yes, can I have that, please? Yes, hello. And then you have like a little pin right here. I mean business, baby. Okay, I do mean business. Anyways, so I like to have the things that make me feel like, okay, we're gonna be extremely productive. We're gonna really get things done. One of my other favorite products that I'm going to bring you in on now, depending on who you are and what you like, the choice is yours. I added a couple different ones if you like more color, if you like more details. Now, I'm not going to show you right away because I have all my stuff here. I do use it. I like the rippable. I am still a paper user. Okay, I'm pushing P. I love a good paper. I like a good paper trail. I love to just see it. I can still write in cursive. Like, I just love that aspect, but I also love reading books. So I have transitioned online because, again, I don't want to have a lot of stuff and carry a lot of things. But when I'm going through my planning and whatever that looks like, workout schedule, work schedule, praying schedule, meditating schedule, I always have time slots for everything that I do so that everything has its time with me. I know the way that I said that may sound like, girl, what? But you really have to look at where and how your time has been used all of 2024. And you tell me if it's been used in the best way. Okay? You let me know if you've been utilizing your time in the best way for yourself. Have you been navigating your day-to-day in the best way? Just think of this is a personal journey, but I'm inviting you in on it so that you have a space to create that. I've already seen what's available for you. I don't want to bring you another copy and paste. I want to bring you something real, natural, authentic, okay? I want to bring you something that's like original to self, but that will help you better your life at the same time. I know it's kind of, I don't know, I always feel like it's like this crazy, weird concept to be natural, but we're so far advanced in tech, which I still enjoy. I'm not saying I'm like, oh, I don't use tech at all and I ride horses. No. I mean, would I ride a horse? Absolutely. But I just bought a new electric something. I'm not going to tell you just yet. I'm still testing it out. But when I'm ready, I'm going to drop it on here, and, you know, it's really good so far. I'm very proud of it. The price point is fabulous. College students, you will love it. But yeah, so I still love electric things. But just as much as I love paper. So back to the point. Now, depending on what your day-to-day looks like, what your time has to go to, whether you have kids, a husband, a wife, multiple jobs, your health, is that your wealth? Is that your focus point? What else? Do you make time to spend in your life? I say this all the time. I make time for my mind. The thoughts just be running rampant. I literally have a brain. I don't like to call it a brain dump because that sounds more negative than positive, but I like to call it brain mapping, where what thoughts are crossing my mind consistently that clearly I need to pay attention to. So I want to help you dissect that, because if 2024 was intense for you, all over the place, you can't remember things, you know, you're not eating the way you used to, maybe your weight, I have no idea, because there's a lot of people in here, and therefore I'm speaking to multiple aspects of realities, okay? But what I can say as a person who went through hell in 2023, who lost basically her previous lives and like had a spiritual awakening, but like, wait, I'm still in real life, so how do I balance both of them? And I ended up on an island to really like, you know, dissect myself, all of those things. I'm her. I'm still at the beginning stages, okay? Just work with me, flow with me. Okay, so first things first, figure out if you want to be a digital mind mapper or a physical mind mapper, aka paper. I tried the iPad, the you know, what else would you call them? it may not be an iPad, it can be a Chromebook, but I've tried to mind map online, and I was like, well, it defeats the purpose of separation, because there are some days I don't want to be online right away. So then I just went back to this. Okay, now that we're caught up to that, figure out if you're going to be a digital or a paper mind mapper. Now, I'm not going to lay this out on you today because it's going to be a process. We're going to use all of December to prep you ahead of the curve before everyone is like, new year, new me, da 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 da. We're going to still use that energy. If the energy is popping, don't stop it. Like, baby, you ride that wave until there's no wave to ride, okay? We want to maximize all of the positive energy while we have it, because at the thick of winter, which will be January, mid-January, February, and then like a little bit of March, it's going to be like a negative, depressing kind of energy. I don't want to throw that on you so early in the morning on Monday, but let's talk about it now, and let it flow through our day. If you face the heavy items early in the day, I feel like when I leave the gym, I feel like the day is open. Nothing else matters. I'm like, oh, we went to the gym. The health is taken care of. So no matter what happens the rest of the day, and faith in Jesus, hallelujah, glory to God, whatever spiritual beliefs you believe in, okay, hallelujah, amen. After the gym, I feel like everything is accomplished, because once your health is taken care of, baby, you got tomorrow, hopefully, right? Okay, so now this is my Monday. Once I like wake up and I'm like, oh, another day, let's get it. I do like a basic cleaning just to make sure I'm mentally able to move. I don't like to create or do new things in a dirty space. Hold on. Speaking of, un momento. Child, yes, I have a rocking chair. Isn't that amazing? Hold on. Wi-Fi. Perfect timing. Give me 2 seconds, you guys. Let me log this in. So this is what, if you can hear me, this is what it looks like to live off but on grid. And it's taken me probably 6 months to get to the point where I can casually do it as if it's no big deal. It was never always like this. Yeah, this. 2 more seconds. Okay, perfect. We're ahead of the curve. So, give me 1 second. I have to set y'all back a little bit, and I want to have like a minute left. So I usually set it a minute off just so I can catch it before it's due. And we should be good. Yeah. What time is it? 15. Alright. It's not as crazy as it seems. Thank you, Alicia, for following. Also, if you are new here, hi, my name is Lee Poitier. This is Life with Lee. I am your naturalista, your herbalist, your spiritualist, and all the things in between. But we still are on live, and we still do and talk about products, because products is a part of our everyday lives. Quick side story though, when I first came out here, I was like, I'm gonna go off grid. I'm gonna pull my life together. I'm gonna heal. I could talk to you about that all day. So if you have questions, please ask. It was the 2 months I spent in the jungle, no electricity, no water, all this like very hardcore natural, that I was like, yeah, I don't think I need to be doing this. I don't think I need to be down here in the beginning of time trying to figure it out, right? But when you first start any journey, you need to go all the way in so you don't have to look back. Or if you do decide to look back, at least you completed the task on a full scale, where you're not confused or you're not like FOMO. One of the biggest things for me is I need to know what life is like at its original state, or the product itself at its original state, and then I can decide from there how I want to move forward in my own life. So when I look back, I don't feel like I missed out on something. I moved to New York when I was young. I spent 10 years building my, I'm an actor, I'm a producer, I'm a this, I'm a that, all to be like, that was cool, but I feel like there's more, okay? So I do have a very nice history of career, things that I've accomplished and all of that. And we're using all of those tools as, I've produced for big names. I've worked with I have great clients, great actors, and people that I've put shows together, events together. Kanye West was one of my bigger ones that kind of helped me get out there. And when you're a producer starting, people don't like to put their name on you because they don't know if you're able to do something. So when all of the people that have helped build me in some way, shape, or form, I always honor them. And I'm grateful because they believed in me enough without the credits to say like, oh, she can do it. And I'm like, I can do it. Hold on, let me get my clipboard. So, okay, now we're using all of the tools I've learned in New York and just my life in general to build our own thing. I didn't fully know it would look like this as I started. My family definitely didn't know. They thought, girl, you're crazy. I am losing my mind because nothing's making sense. And now it does, and I want to help you in your mind make it make sense. If you have life down packed and together, teach me, okay? I'm open because this is a journey. This is Life with Lee. You're currently live with Lee, and we're prepping for 2025. So with that being said, let's continue. Now, I'm not going to lay all of this on you, but the sooner the better, so that we can work on this together. Now, this will be our Monday motivation, Monday movement, Monday chit chat vibes, because I don't do this every day. I look over it throughout the week, but to start the week, I do a month mind map, and then I do a Monday mind map. Oh, maybe we can call it Monday mind map. Okay, it's coming together. Don't worry, it's coming together. So today's that day. I wasn't going to bring you all on at first, but I was like, well, we have to bring them in at some point so they can see what it is that you do and how, if they want to attribute this in their realities as we grow here on Amazon. I haven't been on here most of the year. So because of that, I have to kind of like start fresh or start anew here. I've been doing this all year on TikTok, on YouTube, on another platform that I've built and have built about, 300 new clients, 300 new people that I do my due with. But now we are back doing it with Amazon because it's that time of year. I'm hitting my third year this month, and I just started consuming again. So yeah. So now this is the platform. Okay, I have 10 of them. I have to spread them out, in alignment. So, okay, back to our mind mapping. So, get you one of these. Get you one of these at least. If you are digital, we could talk more about digital mind mapping. I've done it and used it, but that will come a lot later because I'm still in this beginning stages where I'm figuring out my plans. I don't want to lay it out with like concrete yet because everything is a test. Now, I'm going to speak to more of my creators because that's where I land in the grand scheme of like, what do you do? Who are you? I'm always like, pressure. I'm Lee. No, what do you do? Live. Too much? No. I'm the woman that I don't like to answer that question. What do you do? How do you do it? It depends on the day. Every day is different. But we have a schedule, we have habits, so it's not like every day is different. I just have to play around with the days to figure it out. Now, I know this is very wordy, but I have to do this at some point so I can reference this video, and so that if you are following along for real, you can genuinely prepare yourself. And even if you don't do it 110%, baby, I'll be happy if you did 30, because 30 is better than 0. I just want you to have a better mind moving into 2025 because of the bigger picture. And now that I live in another country, I'm your friend globally who's from the same home as you, but I can see things from a different perspective and point of view, okay? So now once we kind of like do our mind mapping, I'm not going to do it online. I did it before because personal, okay? I'm not going to tell you my detailed thoughts, But I've been laying out, because I told you I started in November. I've been laying out what the energy feels like, and right now it's going to be a good time to start this process. Why? Because it's a good energy on the earth. Now, I'm not saying this is for everyone and all around the world, but holiday season, better weather, cooler weather, fresh energy, fresh air, a new season, it does bring in new vibes, new energy, new thoughts, new perspectives, all of that stuff. So if you've been feeling stuck this year, I'm gonna need you to kind of get unstuck. I'm gonna need you to remove your feet from that quicksand, and baby, start pushing through. Start plunging yourself forward so that you are not feeling stuck or stagnant to start your year. Okay. So this is for the people like me who don't like to sprint 24/7, and baby, we just like to power walk. I'm a power walker. I'm a power walker. Okay, you know those people you see, I'll power walk the heck out of my legs. So that's why I start in November, so I don't have to catch up and do all this other stuff come January. Now, if you are a slow-paced person like I am, that's okay. That's a good thing. You take your time. Before we continue, we have a lot of people in here, 400 to be exact. Hi, it's so nice to meet you all. And one, I'm happy to know that you're interested in this topic, that you are seeking to learn and see more, and that you're open to something new, especially on this platform. Shout out to Amazon for giving us the space. Now, if you want to follow me, there might be like a little plus sign if you don't already follow me that you can click, and your name will pop on the screen, or whatever your username is, and I'll say hi, nice to meet you, thank you for joining the Lee Train. And then what else? You're free to tap that heart if you can. Some of you may be watching on TV, so you can't. Either way, stay connected. Okay, we're gonna have a great time. Once you see my face, you know it's time. Okay, it's time. So now it's Monday. You probably already got your day started. How was everyone's weekend? Did you find what you were looking for as far as products? Was it underwhelming? Was it overwhelming? Everything is overwhelming to me to some extent because of how I live my day-to-day life. But I'm not ignorant to the reality. I'm born and raised in the US, and I've been a consumer for a very long time too. So I'm not like surprised or shocked by it. I'm just like, whew, so much to go through, so much to dissect, right? So I hope you're having a great Monday to start. And I hope you're not feeling, down. I want your energy to be up. I'm here to bless and give and like, hi, how are you? Let's go. My entire town is very small. They love to see me. Oh, she's here. I'm like, yes, hello. Let me get that latte, please. Latte frio. Okay, so okay. So the beginning of my Mondays, I do my meditation, I clean, I prep for the day. Before I came on here, I'm thinking I'm going to do my AM live streams at like around 8, between 8 and 9. And depending on the day. So I won't stray too far from what you're currently seeing. Natural conversations as far as hair, life, products, cleaning. I may bring you all on a cleaning with me. Like, I do need to clean my fridge. I can talk about products I use for it and how I do it. Maybe if y'all might like that. Tech Tuesdays we'll do maybe every other week because I'm not overly buying tech. I have what I need. But there'll be more teaching Tech Tuesdays. Not just like tech buy, but more teaching you about tech. Because I know a lot of you all still are catching up to the fact that we have robots available to buy, okay? What else? We'll definitely be doing our wellness. I won't say they're going to be Wellness Wednesdays only, but maybe. I'm still mind mapping, okay? I'm still mind mapping how I want to do it, but I will be making this. Just think of like YouTube vlogger mixed with Amazon live streamer coming together, okay? That's what you're witnessing, but live, okay? So mind mapping 101 is figure out if you're digital or paper, and then we'll start going through like the details of how I do it, but I'm going to overview. I'm trying to ease you in, and I'm going to slow it down, but I want to prep you for where we're headed, okay? So you're not like, oh, I didn't know we're headed here. No. I've been speaking about it. So I'm thinking about having 2 books that we can reference for our own, pulling our energy, our mind, our spirit, our purpose, and all those things together. I haven't chosen the 2 yet. I have about 4 that are in my current queue, but that's for a certificate I'm currently working on. So I might just wait to speak on those while I work on that, and we'll work on something new together. If you have book recommendations, drop them down below in the chat. Don't be afraid to say hi. It's okay to show your face and support a Black queen, period. And my name is Lee Poitier. So, now that we have established that over here we're going to do paper trail, now I want you to just throw your ideas, throw your, what you genuinely want to get done in your day and or your week. So there's levels to mind mapping, right? There's monthly, there's weekly, there's daily. Then you could break that thing down to hours, okay? I break mine down 2 hours, and I work in zones. So, for example, if my live stream is wellness, it'll probably be an hour to 2. If it's a Motivation Monday, kind of like today, it'll probably be 2 hours. Because I don't work with anyone, I work with people, but I work for myself, my time is mine. So this is very important. Once you get to the point of like mind mapping, you're going to have to figure out, you have to jot, okay, pause. A friend of mine gave me this idea years ago. He was like, Lee, shout out to you, Jason, I appreciate you, love you very much, from a distance. He was like, Lee, you spend all this time doing stuff, everything per day, but when I ask you what you've done, you never know. And I'm like, yeah, I have a lot going on. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. He was like, okay, so I'm going to need you to jot down what you do per day and then how much time you spend on it. Baby, that's a lot, because in my mind, I'm like, well, okay, so I have to remember to write down what I'm doing. I'm trying to do it. I'm already trying to do it. It's tough. The doing is tough. The journaling, the writing, the thinking, that's easy, because all I have to do is sit there and ponder, which I love pondering. But actually writing it down and activating it, that's the difficult part. We all know about fitness, but who's actually doing the things that you know? Exactly that. So, once he said that and I started to write down, I was like, well, I know I don't like to work in the same thing all day. What does that mean? Outside of editing, I don't do the same editing I used to because I've been live streaming for the last 3 years. But before, as a producer, there's post-production, also as a YouTuber and all that, I would spend about 6 to 8 hours editing a video. That's a lot of time. That's a day. That's a work shift, okay? Now that I have expanded my platforms, I live stream, so the content's just, it is what it is. It's live. It may cut off. It may not cut off. All that kind of stuff. Now I'm aware of, okay, an hour goes here, 2 hours go there. That needs 4 hours per day because I have a time limit on it, but let's split it up so I don't get bored. Boredom will be the thief of your success. I get bored quick. Gotta switch. And I'll go to another platform with other followers and new energy and different vibes, okay? So, I'm used to you all being a lot more talkative here, but I appreciate you receiving it because this is a lot of information at the same time. Wait, hold on before the coffee gets cold. Don't you just love a nice, Coffee breath is, goodness gracious. I try to drink coffee not around people. I do still drink coffee around people, but it helps me not speak sometimes because I'm like, ooh, coffee breath. So it like protects me. Can barely hear you. No, Terry. All of those words. Thank you for saying something. Hold on. Hopefully this helps with the clarity of sound. If not, I'll test it on my computer to see. Wait, we can do it right here. Let me just make sure the sound is coming through decently. Or if you have to turn it up on your TV, maybe. I did listen to the sound one time before and it was low, so it could be could be that. Oh my goodness, it is so low. Nobody said nothing. Hold on, I'm nervous. If I touch a screen, I'll project. I do have the USB speakers. I can't think of the name right now. But if I put it in, it could alter. Wait, if I speak closer, let me see. It's echoing. I am still low. I hear it too. I don't know why though. Oh goodness. And this is a lot I have to say. Thank you. First of all, Terry, thank you for saving us because baby, I was gone. Oof. All right, so I might have to project more, which is okay, but I'm just I'm laying it out. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, I don't want to yell in your ears. Can you hear me better if I project like this? I don't know why it's low. Much better. Okay. Oh God. Hold on. I will say though, I will say, please relax. Everyone relax. Me too. I'm saying that for me and for us because, baby, I don't know. I can't even. Me no sé nada. I'm practicing my Spanish. But yeah, so now I have to project and I feel like I'm yelling, but I'm not because it is low. Why I don't fully know, but it could be because another app is open and sometimes it takes that sound. I have no idea. But we have a little 30 more minutes we'll spend on here breaking this part down, and then I'm going to plan it out for us so that we actually have like a live stream scheduled for 2025 prep. If you have a timeline that best suits you for me to come on, please let me know now. So if it's better Monday, better Tuesday, better Wednesday, weekend, etc., and then what time frame. If you don't know what that looks like, then just follow me. You will get notified every time I go live. So, if it cuts off or if you want to actually join the 2025 prep and like details. Now, this will be the baseline of our conversations here because that's where my focus is. The content I do create is based off of my real life. So that's why I say it's like a reality show, but make it live streamed. And I will get better with bringing you guys outside and whatnot, but we're building this up, okay? It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen overnight. Can it? Yes. But at the same time, I want to continue to welcome you all into who I am, my reality, and what that looks like, and kind of get comfortable in it because this is a lot, right? I don't know who's in here. I don't know what's happening fully, but I'm aware that you all are enjoying it. And I want to, whether it's a small community of us or a large community, I want to have it available for whoever wants it, right? So if you go to a store and the thing that you're shopping for is not there, or maybe it's something you didn't even know you needed, welcome, come over, come ye all ye people. Okay, but thank you, Terry, for saving that. So I was basically saying we're still in the mind mapping portion. This is the most important part. So again, figure out if you're digital or if you're paper. And then if you are digital, I can recommend some apps that I've used before. You get that pin that works for your iPad or whatever device you have, and then it'll be like you're writing on it and all that. So I like to separate my tech and my paper trail just to give myself a break from being in and on tech all day. I'm not a 24/7 live streamer yet. It is upon me. I typically live stream about, well, not in this last 2 weeks because I've been doing something else, but all of this year I've been live streaming for about 4 to 8 hours a day, and it's been a great time. It's been a great learning experience. So keep that in mind, and we're going to still talk about mind mapping. So when you do your mind mapping, okay, this is basically this is a basic overview of what I was doing today. When you're doing your mind mapping, don't over analyze it yet. Don't overthink it. If you write down, I was going to say something very outlandish. If you write down water on floor And it makes no sense to you, but it's in your mind. Because I'm looking at some water from one of the pipes from I told you all about this weekend. So I'm looking at them like water on the floor. Now, that was just to throw off what my mind actually wanted to say, because I don't think it would have been appropriate. But whatever you do in your mind mapping, you need to be comfortable with being honest with yourself. You have to be honest with, like, do you like where you are? Do you want to change that? Do you want to, or better yet, what do you want to change? How does that look? Because when I started mind mapping, I was like, girl, you're all over the place. I am. But it's a chaotic beauty, right? The same way you can look at a tree that's not trimmed because of, how people how we like to do things. If you look at a tree, it's not trimmed, but it still is beautiful. It's still growing the way that it needed to grow because it's natural to the earth and all of God and process and creation. You have to be okay with going with the flow of life. Baby, if you try to stop the current from being a current, you're going to get knocked over and left behind. I'm trying to keep you on board, baby. I'm trying to keep you afloat. I'm trying to keep you together in the grand scheme of where we're headed in life. And 2024 was a glimpse of like, baby, pull it together. But I feel like, when you think about purpose and people being in specific positions, I know God positioned me spiritual, reality, natural for the accessibility for you all, for the people, right? But more so in like a, hey y'all, all of 2024 I was in the jungle healing, spending time in nature. Forget grounding, I live outside. So I've been able to learn more about the things that you will be hearing people speak about in 2025. So when I think about going to a yoga class, I'm trying to go to India. I'm trying to get from who created it. You, where's your class? I want to join you. That makes sense? Okay, if you can understand that, then you can understand more so about like what kind. Hold on. What kind of content I'm creating and how. The water on the floor is real. Oh baby. Oh yeah. Okay, so mind mapping. We're still there. Hi, Lori. Lori's in the building. What's up, girl? Hey, thank you for joining the lead train. Yeah, baby, we're pulling it together. And another thing I've also learned is, excuse me, the more you present yourself and make yourself available, make yourself bigger, or I would say more make yourself accessible, people can't complain about what wasn't there. Or, when faced with the question of, did you have accessibility? Did you have knowledge? I'm here to give and bring that to you as best as I can without you overthinking it. I am not what people's aesthetically pleasing looks like. Like, I'm not the average aesthetically pleasing person. Yay me. I've realized it's actually like, I want to take pride in it because you don't want to, we got to humble our ego. We got to watch out for it. But I will say after this year of trial and error and testing new platforms and testing new energies and young kids and older people and men and women in different market. I've been all on the market this year in a different way because I needed to see if it was worth the time, the energy. I need to know for myself. I'm the person that's like, you could tell me about the movie, I'm still gonna go see it if I'm interested in it, Not everyone has that capacity, okay? So as I've been going through this year and mind mapping and healing and what is life and what am I doing here? What are we doing here? What does this look like? How does this work? See you again. Thank you, babe. I appreciate it. Yes, we will keep going. What time is it? This is why I have my little watch on. Okay. We have like 20 more minutes. We're going to close this out at 11. It doesn't have to be closed, so there's no set time. But I also want to divinely align every topic so that we're not lacking in order. This is also what I've been working on. If you joined me last year when I was doing live streams on Amazon every other day, I've been working on this since then. But it's like you have to kind of go through certain experiences to really understand the importance of things, to understand we overanalyze everything. And we give people more grace than we give ourselves. I was telling people advice. I was like, girl, you don't even apply that to your own life. You don't even tell yourself that. Like, how do you have the energy to tell another person X, Y, and Z, and then you complain about something that you, so you have to give yourself grace during this process. That is why we're starting early, so you can have time to trial, to error. Do you prefer to work out in the morning? Do you prefer to work out? I do not like working out at night. I don't. I've tried it before. I don't like doing it. But this week, I'm willing to open that option up again to see if it's worth it. Is the energy more quiet? In the morning when I go, it's a lot of people. I don't mind it, but I kind of do. You know what I mean? I don't mind live streaming with a lot of people early, but in the gym, it's always like this. I just go in there, I mind my business. At nighttime, I'm hoping it's a different energy. If it's not, we're going to stick to our AM schedule. But the only reason it will make it tough to do that in this the way that I want to do it, so I might have to switch it up. I don't know, because today I felt like I was rushing, and I don't like rushing. If you know me, you know. So okay, so back to mind mapping. Happy Monday. This is where we are. This is what we're doing. We're talking about products as we go through them, as I utilize them. I want to keep doing that, okay? So if you are already in that space of people, I've been hearing about people like, oh, the winter arc. Sure, if that's what you need to say. But it is the calm before the storm. So I want you to already have at least a basic outline of what your, me and one of my besties, my sisters, we will say, like our drawing board. I always keep a drawing board and I doodle on it all the time. Not, I like to draw on it and like create new things on it, because sometimes an idea will pop into our minds, whether that's how you're going to make more money, whether that's how you're going to lose weight, how you're going to brighten your skin or better your skincare, all the things that we're working on every day that we find important to ourselves. An idea can pop in at a drop of a dime, and if you don't have your schedule or your time together, you'll miss out on, I like to call them kind of like, you may hear it like like on the internet or social media, but it's called like a side mission. When I was offered a side mission, ooh, I was like, dang, these actually exist. A side mission? Now, come to find out, side missions have always been a thing, right? So when at the beginning of my producing credits, and I didn't have much experience, so I had to get some experience, because how does that ever work, right? Oh, we got to have experience. Well, who was going to help me get it, right? Okay. So and then it was around the time, it was around this, it's usually around this time of the year. So I'm not new to this. I'm very true to this. So usually around this time of the year, I will be finishing my winter arc or my side mission. Now, my side missions at this point were about 6 months long. Depending on the goal, depending on the mission, depending on what it is now about, well, I won't even give you the full scope, but just so example, the jungle. The jungle was something offered to me when I just found this place. And I was like, I just got my place. Like, I've been in Mexico for 3 months. I feel some kind of peace coming over me, some kind of stability. I'm happy with my place, like all of that. It didn't look like this when I first got it, right? So that was a whole nother process. And we are going to build out my homes. So stay tuned for that too. Home makeovers, I love to do it. But right now we're still prepping it out. Amazon's one of my biggest platforms. I think at my height of doing Amazon, we would hit like a 300K per live stream on the main page. And so this is not new, but some things that you've built, some babies you have to put them on the back burner, let that baby simmer, and work on new things. If you cook, you have an idea of what I'm speaking about. So as a professional cooker of my own food, I love to let things sit. I love to let them simmer. That's where your seasoning really settles in. That's when you really get that good sauce, that good, you can make a good broth out of this. That's a me, okay? So Amazon has been simmering for me as I've been going through this process, so that when I came back on here, as everything falls back into place, I have a better understanding of where we're headed. And because this is one of my biggest platforms and the way that I do it, I knew it would be a lot of people, especially this time of the year. Yay, okay, we're on the same page. Now, a part of the mind mapping, you have to get this together. You need to trial and error. You know, you hear about scientists, you hear about, I don't know if you ever science class, but you need to test the spirit. You need to test the routine. You need to test the outfit. You don't want to wear some pants you saw me promote and, because I've been doing butt training for 6 months, I know how not to bend a certain way, right? So say you buy the pants and girl, you go in there and you get that workout in and your pants rip. You gonna look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, baby, you needed to practice your poses first. I didn't tell you to go in there professional. It took me 6 months. So like that, you have to test out the things before you go full force. Maybe you need a knee brace. Maybe you need better socks. Maybe you need X, Y, and Z because your body needs to prepare itself for where you're about to take it. Same thing for your mind. The clearer you get on your mental, the clearer you get on your day-to-day, the clearer you get when the enemy tries, that negative entity tries to come and interrupt your spirit because you're having a great day, you go get your coffee and the person behind you is like, nah. So, but you block it out. You're like, you know what? I had a great weekend. I found the items on Amazon. Da, 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 da. You do that. And it can be the simplest pin drop that throws your entire day off. But having a strong mind, even when I flipped out over small things, it wasn't that sometimes I flipped out very loud, but sometimes I flipped out loud so people could hear me clearly when I said what I was saying. Because when you move like la la la, happy go lucky, God is good, green is grass, the grass is green, the sky is blue, people don't take you seriously. I'm like, me? You don't take me seriously? Okay, right? So sometimes the nice person has to be a little crazy to show them that you're more than just a nice person. Vice versa, if you're a mean person or you're a crazy person all the time, switch it up. Let's try opposites attract. Let's see where that gets us, right? But my point of saying that is you need to try to see if it works for you. Is it up your alley? Is it something that's going to actually benefit you in the future? You wouldn't know that if you don't try it. How would you know if you like a food if you've never eaten it before? Because you heard somebody else they're not you and you're not them. Yes, take it in. Come on. You're your own person. I believe in you and you can do it. You can. Okay, so the 60 sheet weekly pad, choose the one that best suits you. I like the one, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, as I always am. I just like to say that just to remind you that I'm being honest. I use it as a monthly planner and a weekly planner, okay? It just write it out. Don't overthink it. You can get this one or any other one. Maybe you like it with color. Some things I like it very simple. I keep the color for my body and aka the clothes that I wear, and I like color in my life. But when it comes to getting things done, I just need black and white. I need basics. Because I'm already struggling to get it done. You understand what I mean? But the cuter that it is, do I need a clipboard? No. Did I get a clipboard? Absolutely. It just, there's something about it that gives official. And everything is energy. Okay. And also, I don't always have this with me. I clearly don't travel out the house with this, to be honest with you. But I will take this with me if I'm using this. So I'll rip it out and I'll use that. So I do utilize it. It's not like unused, but it's not something like I don't need it. That's my point. So be mindful of what you're buying as well, because we're going to talk about mindfulness. Okay, so mind mapping. We're still there. I might just title this one mind mapping. Well, I guess it's mind mapping Monday. So mind mapping for this week. That's the basis of where we are. If you're not caught up, just grab you a piece of paper or just consume the energy and let me plant a seed in you for the next mind mapping Monday, okay? So when it comes to your mind mapping, I don't want you to overthink it. I don't need you overanalyzing, because you'll probably be thinking about, well, what if something pops up? Let it pop in and decide yes or no. That's the part of your mental. I've learned that as I mind map, when things come in that do not align with my mind map, I'm gonna have to save it for later. Or if it comes in and it doesn't align with the money that I'm making for the week, I'm gonna have to save it for later. Because I've mind mapped. I've seen what I wanted to achieve this week. I know what will make me happy and therefore those around me happy. I put my energy towards that. Okay, so mind mapping is you laying out everything in your mind, and then you can even take it deeper to like your feelings and your emotions. And then from there, you figure out, okay, what out of this mind map I've created, if I do it, aka I put my time, my energy, my resources towards it, how will that help better my tomorrow? Will that make me feel better? Will that make me feel more accomplished? Again, when I go to the gym, anything after that is a plus. Why? Because my health has been taken care of. Yes, I should watch what I eat for the day, but I worked out. The calories are going to work themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, so once I hit that mark, I'd be like, I prayed, I meditated, I worked out, I did some mind mapping. Matter of fact, we did it on live today. So we're just knocking out the things that we want to do that helps. Is it again? Julie, thank you. I'm sorry. I don't know why that happens. Or if it's my throat. So I have to get louder. Jesus. Hold on, let me get a speaker. Hello. Okay, no, I'm joking. So thank you, Julie. I appreciate you for bringing us back together. On my next live stream, I'm going to speak louder. Okay, I think I just speak loud. I think I'm going to just speak louder. I think I should be drinking tea now. Hold on. Oof. Oh, God. Can you hear the rooster? Is he louder than me? Goodness gracious. Okay. So we're elevating our voice more. I'm moving closer to the camera as well. So let me know if you can hear me more clearly. I will probably try out on my other phone to see if it works out well, but I have to like clear out some storage there. So please confirm if you can hear me better from this elevation of voice versus this one, because I was speaking from this like comfortable space. So now I feel like I might have to project and use my speaking voice, my on-camera speaking voice, where you can hear me more just through projection. So let me know, just to confirm. So we're still talking about mind mapping. It's Mind Mapping Mondays. That will be the new title for this. You're watching me do it in real time. So when you see me come back on next Monday and do this, you have an idea of what I'm going to be speaking about, what it looks like, and just the style of content. I like to prepare anyone who joins me just so you're aware that it's not the thing that you're used to seeing. It may be similar to someone else's content, but it's not going to be the same. So choose wisely. I hope you do join me. I hope you have a great time, and I do hope and pray you learn something, because I am sharing with you how I'm elevating and what has worked for me. And if you're looking for that, please join in. Tap in, to be honest with you. Tap the screen, tap the screen. Okay, so we're still in our mind mapping. I'm speaking louder so we can all hear this later feedback. Why is it doing that? It's energy. I know it is. Hi, Marilyn. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so now we're going to be yelling. Much better. Okay, thank you, boo. Thank you, boo. Happy Monday to you. How are you doing? Hi, Marilyn. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for joining the Lee Train. We're hanging out. I've been on the internet all year. It's getting a little boring. I'm serious. Are you entertained? So, as your naturalista, as your herbalist, we'll talk about herbs and we'll talk about healthy eating and consumption more, but we're starting at the basic foundation, which is mind mapping. I'm going to repeat it till it hurts your ears. Like, oh, girl, mind mapping. Yes. It makes sense why certain people do the same thing every day. You cannot have you can and you should, but if you've been having a very unauthorized, undoctrinated all over the place year, I'm trying to bring you together. I want it to make sense for you, so you know my desktop looks crazy to a stranger, but to me it makes all the sense, and I still have a very productive day to day. Now, if it were more organized, I would get more done in the time that is allocated for that specific task. But I do spend about 10 minutes before I start anything cleaning it out, clearing it up, just so I have a better flow. So we're still talking about mind mapping, and I said this before, but don't judge what you write down. Don't overthink it. Get out of your mind. That's the point. A lot of you, a lot of us, I'm going to say for you, a lot of you think more in your mind than in real time. Life is real life. It's motion picture happening every second. So because I am aware of the tech digital side, but also I live in real life outside, I've learned how to alchemize the energy at the same time, so that, hey, at least if you're watching and you're consuming, it's productive, it's better for you, and we're still doing all the things that makes us excited. We're connecting, okay, this is a sidebar. But when I first got out here, I was lonely. I don't speak the language. I've definitely been passing my Duolingo classes, but I didn't speak the language fully. I didn't have friends. I was out here just like, who do I run to? I was like, oh God, I don't know anybody. But I thrive in those energies. I thrive in darkness. I thrive in the jungle. I thrive in the not knowing. Now, I'm learning to thrive in the knowing, but I needed to solidify my stance of myself before giving what I'm giving to you so confidently, so casually. Where are you? I missed that. Okay, Julie, for everyone that's new here, hi. I'm your global traveler, influencer. I currently live in Mexico. I live on a beautiful lagoon. I've been here for about a year, and I'm succeeding. Thank God. Oh, I was scared. Oh, I gotta go back. No, I definitely don't. We're moving forward. We actually have our second place in motion. Certain things aren't ready yet, but it's okay because it's available to us. Anyways, so yeah, I do live in Mexico. I've been here for almost a year, and we're expanding. So this is me. I'm not going to tell you all of my spiel deal and what I got going on right now, but I'm prepping you for that, because I want you to also have your own thing moving. When I look at content versus like content creator versus consumer, I'm trying to build a community. Who wants to do this together? Who wants to build together, grow together? I would love, I mean, I do have my people, but I don't spend a lot of time consuming more than creating. There are times I do. Like there's one day out of the week that I give myself space without thought to create or to consume content. What's new, what's trendy, what's worth the try, who's talking about what's happening on the interweb, right? I live my life more so in real life, but I also, when I do come online, I usually am live streaming and or consuming. So I do give myself space to consume hours at a time, just, that scrolling doom and just like watching stuff. I do give myself that space because I enjoy content too. I want to word this correctly. So I don't want to say it like I don't consume content. I do. I just create more than I consume. And when I consume the content, I usually go to specific creators because of their range of topics, because of the way they break things down. I don't have to spend time, watching 10 different people. I know if I watch this one person, they're going to give me the big spiel, and that's a good 10 minutes of consumption, right? And then I want to also build the community in it. So what does that mean? If you know something that I don't know, share. I would love to know more. If I know something you don't know, well, here I am. I share, I give, I explain. I try to break it down as much as I can. And this year, for my mind mapping, because I did a yearly one, It was open. Like my mind, so this year has felt like a gap year. It felt like what we all could use after 10 years in a workforce. A year off. A year off where I still had to make money, so don't think of it like, oh girl, you had a year off. No, 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 no. Pause. Pause. No, 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 no. Not like that. Okay, we are, so we still had to do our own thing. We had to build it up. But I moved. I was blessed with a place that was at super affordable. That the work that I've built and created for myself was just enough to sustain, and now add upon that. Okay, so that's a basic understanding. It's a lot of information. Jesus, hold on. Let me think. Let me think. God. Hello, new people. Welcome. So I lived in New York for about 10 years. 2020 happened. I moved to Jersey. That's when I started doing Amazon Live and YouTube. I lived there for about a year or two, one of them. And then I moved back to Florida. This was last year. Yeah, I moved back to Florida. I lost two of my very good friends. It was like, oh, life, death, what is life? I'm in pain, I'm depressed, I'm sad. To now, this year, I've been through the healing of it. I've been through the process of it. I've been through the up and up of it. I've gone through the thing that will help others get through their thing. And I've done it out in a lagoon. I've done it in another country. I've done it at an affordable space. So therefore, I wasn't like, oh, $10,000 rent, So like my mind was mentally more clear and how I wanted to move. On top of that, because I am a global reviewer, so I have another platform that hits 1 million per month off of my food reviews, my place reviews. I also do product reviews. I had about 10 clients last year that were global, so I was moving from like in 3 different time zones. This year I have a lot of options, but because I'm not who I was last year and the years before in my totality, I'm still her, but just not like my everyday. I don't receive all of anything that just comes my way. I've mind mapped what's work, what doesn't work. Is it worth my time? If not, I will just go lay out by the lagoon and just receive some sun and the day's done. Okay? So because of the simple life that I live, thank God, because baby, let me tell you, life is a lot going on. It's a lot going on right now. I'm blessed to be a place of peace and center for you. Me too. Obviously, we're benefiting from this together, but how do I make it beneficial for you in your evolution? Because that's my truth and that's how I live my life, and that's like what I'm about, right? So that's who I am in the grand scheme of, purpose. But now the goal is, how the heck do I transcribe these words from my mind to you online in real time? Because this is live and we're on freaking Amazon. Hi everyone. If you're hanging out with me, there's over 5, 6, a lot of people in here. Press the follow button. My name is Lee Poitier. This is Life with Lee. We're prepping for 2025. We're really getting ourselves amped up for that year with the last month of 2024. So when you do your mind mapping, you have 11 months to look back on and how they worked out for you. If you don't know this, another insert piece: to everything under the sun, there is a season. Okay. Boom, take that. To every season under the sun, it will look different. I'm adding my own words. In winter, you have a specific season to do things, to get them done, what that looks like, energy-wise, etc. Then you have spring, that's a whole nother energy. Then you have summer, a completely different energy, and then you have fall. Each season will not and should not look exactly the same. Some people try to hold on to their summer all year. I did. Baby, I told you, I was in a bikini all year. It was a part of my healing process. Okay, it wasn't, but like it was. Why? Baby, I'm outside. I need to be outside. I was in confined walls. I wanted to be free. I wanted to see what that looked like. I have no husband, no kids. Things have changed, but when I first, it was a lot. So when you mind map, let me bring it back. When you mind map, Be open with yourself, be vulnerable with yourself, and don't be afraid to see what your mind is holding on to. Okay, we're gonna close this out. Okay, I'm not trying to do too much, but I want to make sure I give you enough food for your week, because after this week we're going to start to break down in details the how, the what. I'm giving you enough to just mind map, aka brain dump, mind dump, whatever. I need you to release what's in your mind. Maybe you are like just thinking about aliens 24/7. I have no idea, right? There's a lot of people in here, so therefore you're probably taking in all the different parts of what I'm saying and inserting your own things, because that's what we do as humans. We can all be in the same room thinking about completely different things or the same thing. So I need you to just dump out your thoughts. I'm at the point in my mind map where my day-to-day schedule should look like what Steve Jobs used to wear every day. A black top and some jeans, and I don't even know what shoes he had on, but I think they were black. Okay? We need basics. Back to the basics. We need basic structures. Everybody's all over the place. Your emails probably look very crazy right now, because mine do too. Google hit me with the inbox almost full. Full? Who was writing me? No, I'm joking. I have a lot of photos, but still. I think okay? Your emails are pulling energy from you every day. So we want to we just want structure, because a lot of people are moving without structure, and it shows. Okay? We need power movement forward. So, okay, so a part of my earlier mind map, just for reference, because we're entering 2025, I'm just giving you a head start. I'm prepping you for your head start. I didn't fully know what this year would look like or the content that I would create, but God gave me a blank check to do that. What do you want to do? AKA my mind map. So I started throwing out a whole bunch of crazy ideas, a lot of things that just I never tried before, but I would like to try them before this other level that's waiting for me, right? Because as a woman, it's like, what are the kids? You're like, yo, I just found my purpose. Like there's a lot of decisions to be made. So as I did mine, the most nerve-wracking part is putting yourself out there. You may not live stream, or maybe you want to get into live streaming. You may not create content, or maybe you do want to get into that. Maybe it's a part of your job. Maybe it's something you want to get into. I had a client, we've been working on building out a course, and I kept getting, okay, well, you want to make sure you have the things that I find obvious, like your light, your tripod, your camera angles. Are you looking at the screen? Are you looking at this? Are you looking over here? How do you manage both? Hi, Janet Lee. Thank you for following. I appreciate those who click that follow button just so I can see your face and, join the Lee train. We have a great time over here. Very informative, very spiritually led, very natural nature, all of those things. Hello, Harel. Wait. Did I say that correctly? Hariel or Harel? Or Hariel? Let me know. I do like to say your name appropriately or correctly. So thank you for the follow. So I started my mind mapping like I typically do, and it's taken me a long time to get to this point, mind you. But as I was doing so I mind map, and then I trial and error. What does that mean? Once you kind of lay out your mind map, something in your mind may not translate well in real life. In my mind, I would love to have my hair dolled up every day, my nails done. Oh, in my mind, I see the visual. She exists in some timeline. She does. Is it this timeline specifically? Like you got to figure these things out. Is it really going to work for you to apply this new thing in your day-to-day life? It may not. You might be a monthly mind mapper, and that's all the time you can give to it. You're not trying to sit in your thoughts all the time. You're trying to act, gotta do, but you end up in an unstable position. It's because you're not mind mapping. Call it what you want. We're going to say mind mapping. Thank you. Perfect. Appreciate you. Thank you. So when I mind map mine, When I mind mapped my mind, I already had a big visual of things I wanted to play in, try out, play around with, test out, etc. Because you can apply, like you can test it out. It can work or it won't work, right? So say you test it out. I want to do live streaming. Let's just say the basic thing. I want to live stream. Where are you going to live stream? How long are you going to live stream? What does that look like? What are you going to do on your live stream? Are you going to set up that area? You know, when you watch other content creators, influencers, they have like a section. This is our chit chat section. When I move this chair, bring the camera down, it then becomes our yoga section. Okay, I was gonna say yoga session. So it switches up depending on what I'm doing on the live stream. But I have created my live streams to be based off of my real life. So I would just scoot the camera back and we'll just transform together into a stretching live stream. So I've built it out again where it's my day-to-day life and I don't have to be someone else, so to speak. I'm me all day. You understand? So as much as I would love to apply what I love luxury content. Oh my God, I love it from afar. You got it? Let me just see you have it. Let me see you play with it. Let me see you live it. Let me see you have it. Because when I try to apply like that, oh, I would love that, and I mind mapped it, and then I put it in my physical reality. Girl, I couldn't do it. I was like, oh, who trying to do this all day? Not me. 2 hours before I start my day just to look a certain way is crazy work. Hey, if you can do it, go ahead and run through the doors with it. People love makeup. People love clothes. People love tech. People love shoes. I love shoes. I only have 3 pairs, but I love. Once upon a time, all I had was shoes and like the clothes I didn't even care about. I was like, shoes. Just get a black tank top and some black tights. It'll be cute regardless, right? So you want to get to the point of mind map and then trial and error. When you trial and error, then you can decide if the thing is really worth adding to your day-to-day schedule. That's what we're working towards. We're working towards a schedule that we can use every day. It's not too hectic. It's not too crazy. It's not too still. Like, it's not too. I don't want you to think of this as like a boring copy and paste. Every day is the same. No. But yes, we want to get it down to a point where you know your time frames at least. You know from this time to this time I'll be here doing this. You know you work better in the morning or you work better at night. Once you have an idea of what your day to day looks like, your habits, your routine, your schedule, it just works out well for you because you know where your energy is best suited. Is it in the morning? Is it in the middle of the day? I don't know what it is, but I always want to take a nap. Like there's this one point in the middle of the day where I just need an hour just to like doze off. Now, sometimes I do, sometimes I press through, sometimes I just meditate because I'm not fully asleep, but at least I'm resting my eyes, I'm resting my mind, I'm offline, I'm in my own space, but I'm not asleep because it's hard to wake up from a nap as if you're just going to be overly productive. So that's another thing that you have to know about yourself. Once you get to the, okay, girl, I done mind dumped everything I could dump out of my mind. I done released it. Now what do? You work through it. You try. Okay, we're going to go back to our example, which is live streaming. When I did mine, TikTok was my current casual place because TikTok, it's all over the place. You scroll, you can scroll for days without stopping and it's going to be a new person or a new video unless it's glitchy, but it could be content from 2 months ago, but you've never seen it, so it's new to you, old to the person who created it, right? But my point is, it was a place that I knew I could play on casually while I was getting my mind together, mind mapping, creativity. YouTube entered in a couple months later once I had a better idea of where I was headed with what I was doing. Now, at this point, if you join me, baby, that was a good time, okay? We're in bikini every day, stretching, having it just, hello, everybody. Imagine this, but in a bikini, outside, la la la. Like, that was me all year. I was worried about, I I was not and am still not worried about nothing. I am obviously still thinking and, putting my life together. But now we're at my mind map. Now we're at this was November, but now we're at the point where we're prepping for 2025. So I can be in my bikini come, springtime type of vibe. You understand where I'm headed? Okay. So TikTok was our just girl, let's just test it out. Let's see what happens. Either yes or no. Then I got better. Then I built a new platform. And then I brought YouTube in. And then I started building clients. And then I started building more. And then I started expanding. Then I added 4 more platforms. And then I decided to do something else. And at that 6-month marker, this is when I do a check-in. At that 6-month marker, I was like, okay, let's reset our mind map. What worked? What did not work? What's making us more tired than not? What's bringing us energy? What has growth potential? What does not have growth potential? It wasn't immediately about I need money. We're gonna work through that. We're gonna have to work through that because that is also what's stagnating your creativity, your purpose, and your pursuit. The thought of starting over is crushing a lot of dreams. I moved to Mexico I didn't even know I was coming here. I didn't even know this place existed. I just kept trusting the process. I kept going with the flow. I was always ready, but I was just like, hey, if we're going to try something new, if we're going to figure it out, we're going to have to just go out and get it and do it, right? That's the part of putting yourself out there. Putting yourself out there might be applying for a new job or getting online. Look, let me be your baseboard, baby. Look how I'm online. No gel. No part. It's just in the pony. Okay? Oh, wait, pause. If you did join my hair straightening that I did after a year, my hair did revert back to its original state. So that means this that we used, she's good. I didn't like it at first because I was like, it's not a lot of oil, da. But now that I seen that my hair reverted back, that's a positive sign because we did use a lot of heat. We'll talk about that on a hair conversation. But my point is, don't overthink what you're doing because there are people that aren't doing the most and still receiving the most, still receiving the best. And you've seen those people. You're like, girl, I could do that times 10. Exactly. But you got to get to that point of doing. Okay? Yes, exactly that. I heard you very clearly. So we're gonna close this out here because I feel me going deeper, and I want to start showing you more visually what this looks like. All right, let me see if I have something. I ain't showing you all my ideas, but give me a second. Okay, so I'll show you a little bit. Okay, so, and you do have to get you a good pen because we love pens over here. So, for a basic, very, very basic, okay, basic overview, this was me doing some mind mapping for Amazon. I did this today because today's my Monday, and this is what I do anyways. We've spoken a lot, now we're going to activate it a lot more. So, they don't always stay in here like this. I've just been working through my next season, so that's like 3 months worth of mind mapping. Okay, so this was a basic start of my day. Now when I start my morning, aka I wake up, I get ready, I think my thoughts, I just basically come into my consciousness is remembering where it's at, and my body's all, oh yeah, we're back here. When you have your mind mapped out, baby, you don't have to overthink. That's the key. Your mind map is to help alleviate pressure off of your mental. Because once you go through the day, the moment I step outside, I kid you not, it's like people are waiting to claw. That sounds horrible. I know. Hold on, you guys. But it feels like that. It really, really does. Give me a second. It really does feel like the claw. And if you've ever seen a scary movie, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so now let's continue We're going to continue our live stream, but with actual representation of what I'm going to do. I might not say much, just let me mind map it out. With little cookies. These are my coffee cookies. Hold on, y'all. I got to get in my vibe. Okay. Also, I put some bananas with these cookies. It was really, really good. I was going to dip it in there, but it's okay. Okay, so let's start fresh. I don't want to overuse my paper. But this is fine. So this is the new week. What is it? December. It starts on Sunday. So December 1. This is very sloppy. It doesn't have to be excuse me, it doesn't have to be perfect. Basically, boom. Today's the 2nd. December 4th. December 5th. Now, depending on your goals. Are you saving money this season? Are you trying to spend more money this season? Is it that time where, yes, this is a time where I reset my shopping for the next season. I'm a seasonal shopper, unless I just need something really quick. So, okay, so this is December 1 to December 7th. So, boom, first week. Now, I'm doing a weekly mind map. I'm not doing a day mind map. So, this is me setting myself for the week. Now that I've tried out what Amazon looks like, we've been live, 3 times so far. I'm kind of understanding what's happening. Not much has changed, which I'm surprised about. I mean, wait, pause. A lot has changed. I thought Amazon has become like, woof. I just see a lot of like influencer people and a lot of stuff. I didn't think it was space for me here. Clearly it is. Thank God. So, anyways, I'm kind of still figuring out the time frames for Amazon, but I realize it doesn't matter because everyone's on a different time frame, time limit, job when they consume. So I will figure that out. No one has commented, hey Lee, this is the best time. So I have to figure that out, and that's okay. If you can join in when I'm live, cool. If not, you can watch the recap. So I was setting up my 7:30, 8 o'clock because I wake up early, but I use that time for myself. You should always have time for yourself. I don't care what anyone says. That morning time shift before you go out in the day, check your phone, anything, protect that with all of your might, because you will never get that time back again. I'm not even kidding. Sometimes, I don't have any kids either, but so you take this as you need to. If you have kids and you don't know their schedule, sleeping schedule, timeline, figure that out. Because, baby, if you can only get 10 minutes before they start crying and you got to get them ready for their day before you even think about yourself, you will need to wake up earlier to have that time to yourself before anybody leeches off of you, takes energy from you. I don't care if it's a simple, basic text. You keep 30 minutes to start your day to yourself. I kid you not. It changes everything because you have time to yourself. Okay, so, and I'm very stingy with my time, but I love y'all. Okay, so, So I have 1 platform, 2 platforms that are my focus for this specific season. The platform that I've built, it's a hidden platform, but those who are on it are currently on it. That is what I've been building this year, and it's so far so great. Amazon is my newest baby. Now, Amazon's not new in the grand scheme of things. It's just new this year because I've been other places. So this is me from a content creator's perspective, aka if I were to look at Amazon or TikTok as clients. Okay, so your perspective and how you do this is important too, because somebody might look at this and be like, oh yeah, Amazon, but Amazon is a huge conglomerate of sorts. It's not just live streaming, it's videos, it's photos, it's affiliate marketing, it's retail if you have a product, right? It's huge. It has many different outlets for you. I think everyone should be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. So Now, for your day, it may look like you wake up at 6 a.m. because you have kids to drop off, right? So your time is going to be different than mine. Your time is going to be different than mine. It just depends on when you wake up for the day, aka when you want to start. Don't try to start planning or scheduling your habits or your routine, aka your schedule, before you trial and error everything through your mind mapping. Why? Because you don't want to get in a flow and you're feeling great and you're like, ooh, I didn't try that one thing, and then it throws you off. And now you're set back for 2 weeks and you're like, oh, I should have tried it. Exactly. You try them now. Try them before you solidify anything. So with Amazon, I'm trying this content out. So far, so great. It's been over an hour and we still have a lot of people. I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful. And I pray you receive as well. Like the live stream, hit follow, say hi, say your name, anything. It helps if you desire to be a help of that sort. Or maybe you're just like, girl, I'm a shop with you. I don't want to say nothing. Hey, either one works for me. Thank you very much. So, excuse me. Now, I like time to myself in the AM. Even if it's 30 minutes, sometimes it's 2 hours. It depends on what the day looks like. So today is my Sunday, and therefore I have more time to do this, right? Tuesdays are intense tech days. That's when I'm just like zoned in. I'm nonstop, just emails, edits, all the stuff. So after you do that, then I like to break my times into slots. Now, if you have a 9 to 5, don't worry. 9 to 5s are not dismissive in this conversation, because when I talked about having my side missions, before I was at a point as producer and getting hired as a heavy producer, making good money, I was, an assistant producer. And then lower than that was a PA, which is a production assistant. And baby, you just grabbing water, but you just happen to be there. When I was at that level, making $200 a day for about 10 hours of my life, break that down, it's not a lot of money. But you grow, you learn, you connect. That's how you get your credits. So in the same time, I would also have a part-time job. I would usually have them for about 6 months. I would save enough for my birthday. I would save enough for my rent. And I would save enough for when I came back from my traveling to have for my rent. Because who wants to work when they come back from travel? Okay, I wasn't trying to do all that. So I would get a 6-month job to save my money while I was building my other part of my life. At this point, it was producing. When I was acting, it was being a PA. Okay, I worked for AOL, which is so crazy to me because it was like where I started. Excuse me. So the timing will be up to your day-to-day schedule, but what I will say, if you're going to do this today, which I highly recommend, start with your basic piece of paper or figure it out on digital. Hi, Linda. Thank you for joining the Lead Train. Welcome to our 2025 preparation. We're getting a head start on motion. Okay, so I like to work in zones. Now, if you have a 9 to 5, I'm just gonna I'm gonna add that at the bottom just for so you can see. Girl, I went nowhere. What are you doing? Okay, there we go. I need to get another one. So just say you have a 9 to 5, and then I would say I would get up probably like 6:37. Excuse me, until about 8, and then you leave about an hour for travel. So whether you have kids or not, this part will be up to you, but I would say, okay, wake up at 6:37, give yourself that grace till about 8 o'clock to get yourself together. I would pre-pack my bag the night before to save me 20 minutes of confusion and, where's that? Where's this? Girl, do that the night before, please. And then 9 to 5. Now, I put 9 to 5 just because you might work from 10 to another timeline, but for a basic day-to-day working schedule, I still follow this because of the people I work with, and I'm aware of the times that are there, right? So whether it's ET, CT, China, okay? So yeah, I just said that, but seriously. So I have to be aware to wake up at 3 a.m. sometimes to speak to them depending on what we have going back and forth. So 9 to 5. Now, when you get to this part of your 9 to 5, for my 9 to 5ers, and you're mind mapping, like, girl, when am I going to have time to do this? You within your 9 to 5, you should already have your job scheduled. That's another conversation. That's a one-on-one type of vibe. I have no idea. We will have to talk about that, right? But just as an overview, within that timeline, you can find time to do basic things. You want to learn another language? I'm vouching for them because so far so good in my time. Do you need like 5 minutes on Duolingo per day? You don't have to spend 3 hours per day. If you got it, give it. If you don't, 3 minutes works just fine. Poco a poco. One of my favorite Espanol, Spanish phrases. It means little by little. It's one of the first things I learned. It was from this older guy that worked at a restaurant that I would just chat when I was there. And he said, poco a poco. And for whatever reason, obviously I knew why, it resonated with me so well. Because I'm like, yeah, girl, why are you rushing? And then that's when I got into like, why am I rushing so much? Where am I headed with the rush? What is the goal with rushing? And where does rushing actually get you? You get to the finish line, but everything's all over the place. We want to build this foundation up with strength. I'm a builder by the best way you can put it. I've helped build companies, open them up. That's why I'm great at producing the way that I do. And now we do it online, okay? So if you have a 9 to 5, within your 9 to 5 for your mind mapping, you're going to have to figure out the time frames you can best do it, what it is you're trying to do, and how could you make it make sense within your 9 to 5 time gap, aka your working schedule. Because once you do that, what is it? 5 to 6, we won't even count for real because traffic. We don't go put traffic and errands. We're not even gonna put that as like that. Don't even count. I just traffic. I have to ride. I'd ride a bike and I'd be like traffic. Okay, so I would even say from like 6 to 9. When you start to look at what you have to get done, and you know say Lee, I only have 1 hour. Do you know what you can get done within an hour? Many of things. Many of the things. I kid you not. Many of the things. But you need to have it laid out so you know where your time is going. Because if you're just like thinking within the hour about what you want to do instead of doing what you need to do within the hour, guess what? Nothing's really getting done. So if you can only mind map on the weekends, if you can only mind map on basically time that you have available to self without overthinking, I don't want you to have that 1 hour throughout the day where you're trying to mind map and now you're stressed out because you didn't do anything with your hour other than think. And thinking is great, but in a day like today. Oh, I can think all day today. Why? Because I've allocated the space for myself to mind map every week. Monday's that day. Welcome to my life. Now, Tuesday through Sunday, we're full force. We're not holding back on anything. We're going to just be moving through everything we've set our mind to do this week. And we're starting off very strong. Thank you all for being here. It's over 600 people. We are Mind Mapping Monday. If you don't know who I am, my name is Lee Poitier. I am your global traveler, influencer, content creator, all the things. And you're welcome to follow. You're welcome to hang out. You're welcome to watch and not speak, or you're welcome to speak and not watch. The choice is yours. Just make sure you stay connected. So, we're mind mapping for our 2025, and we're getting a head start. So, we're basically getting a start to the new year. So, we have everything we need. You're already shopping. You're already buying stuff. Let's just go ahead and just get what you need to start that energy. I love a good outfit before I start my gym routine. What? I love a good set. It inspires me and it gets me excited. Thank you, Amazon customer, for following. Thank you all for hanging out. So, the details of your mind mapping are yours, but this is a basic overview. Your first 30 minutes are for you. If you can afford an hour, please do. But just give yourself time to sit up in your bed and come to the fact that you have woken up to live another day. And what the heck are you going to do to live la vida loca? I'm in Mexico, okay? Leave me alone. So, what are you going to do to maximize your day-to-day? Output versus input, all that kind of stuff. Now, we'll work through the details of this on our next week because this is a lot to take in. I'm feeling it as we speak. But I feel like I ingrained it in you enough on what this looks like. Let me finish mine's out so I can I'm not gonna say show you a finished product per se, but I can show you what will make me feel completed for my week. Now, hold on. Make sure nothing over here too crazy. I'm gonna show you some previous ones. They're very wild, but this is how wild they get, you know. You can do this for your finances. You can do this for your health. You can do this for anything. I mean, you may have to use it more now than ever, but hey, better now than never. I'm ready to make sure nothing's crazy over here before I show you. All right, so quick glimpse, crazy. I know. I think I did that one on the go. Now this one is a bit more clear because we started in maybe like a very, let me see, another one. We probably started in a very like chaotic spot, but within it, so this is a mind map. Okay, this is perfect. This is really great. Hold on. Let me see if I can cover some stuff. No, this is fresh. Okay. Now, what you see with those papers, I need to work through the mind. That's me working through my mind map. Now, the one on my wall is like a basic overview of which platforms, which topics, which things I want to do. And then the papers are the details of that very, you know, that they are the details of that. So this is my mind map. So we wake up. What it says, meditate, breathe. Because sometimes we forget. Clean, think. Because why not? I think it's okay to think. Some people just think all day and they don't do anything. It's faith without works is dead. Thinking without action is what are we doing? So then, this is the old one because from 8 to 9, I would be on TikTok. Now, TikTok is still a great platform for me to test things out, not to solidify it's not to build a station. It is for play, not for longevity, like a YouTube or Amazon, which is what I do. So, and then we have emails. I have a nonprofit, if you don't know, HHNA, holidayhoops.org. Check them out. We're doing our Thanksgiving, or we're giving our Giving Tuesday. So I'm working on that. But yeah, so I got to create those graphics, go through those emails, catch up with all the text messages I saw. That's a solidified time. Then we have a section for that. And then we have recap of the day of the week, whatever. And then we have from 12 to 2, I had a chit chat on YouTube, which was called Lee Talks. And then we had 2 p.m. lunch, aka go for a walk, get your butt outside, get some fresh air, see people, speak, you know, do something else because new energy flows. We'll talk about the details. Let me just walk you through it. 3 p.m. clean, reset, live stream. Now that was like an open hour where I kind of had to figure out if I wanted to take a nap, if I wanted to hop on another live, maybe I missed something and I wanted to do it, or I'm resetting for my evening time. I have an evening reset where it's like, think of when you worked, or if you ever worked at, or if you saw a restaurant, they transition from their lunchtime to their PM. That's like a transitional time frame. All right, so then you have then I have a time where I research. I like to creative research. I like to see what new apps I should be trying out, what new tech is available, what new software I should learn. Maybe I spend time learning Spanish. Like you want to switch it up, okay? You gotta switch it up. You gotta keep creating life to be exciting for you, so you don't get bored. You know how you buy products and then like 2 months later you're bored of it. It's probably because you're not using it to its fullest extent, like your life. I want you to live a very full, fun, free-flowing reality, but because of mental stress, mental illness, mental fullness, I would even say, you can't see your life the way I'm trying to give it to you. If you were to come out to see me in real life, just say, you would be shocked. You would be like, girl, what? I'm like, I know. Woo-sa. Breathe in, breathe out. Because that's how I live my life. But because I have made kind of like a commitment to being a digital online person, but also an in-person person, because there's two different realities, I've had, over the last 2 years, it's been like a battle with learning how to bring my me in person online. That makes sense? Because when you're a naturalist and you're like, oh, I like grounding and trees and air, it
is difficult to also then turn around and get on tech for 3 hours a day because of the natural energy. But I live outside because I just alchemize it all the time. I'm always just alchemy, just transition in, push out, push, bring in, push out. If I receive something negative, I just step outside. I go hang out with the palm tree over here, and I alchemize whatever I received that was negative, or whatever it is I'm doing, right? So it's taken a while to get to this point of alchemy online versus in person, but I'm here to tell you that it's not as bad as you think it is, and that nature is out here whooping people's butts. That's neither here nor there. Because what can I do? Listen, listen, listen. The things that I see out here in the skies, my eyes, I don't know. Is it real? Am I dreaming? Who knows? So we just do the best we can and we play around it, okay? That's one thing I need you to know. You will not have a perfect storyline. I know we've heard of the storylines before that seemed like they were perfect, but the more that I've lived, the more I see that things are not what they're cracked up to be. I've come to the end of the earth type of vibe. One night, I was sleeping under the sky, under the stars, and we had like a nice like fire party. I don't know what to call it, with the little thing in the middle. And we had family come through, not me specifically. I was a visitor in their home. And, it was very eerie, but beautiful, because it felt like what life would be like if we didn't evolve. Now, I don't know if you know who the Mennonites are, but I got to spend, shout out, the Mennonites are the cousins to the Amish. This is a sidebar, but please follow. The Mennonites are similar to the Amish. Again, they're like the cousins. So if you know Amish, they're off grid. They ride the motorcycles. They ride the horses. They don't have technology. All of that stuff. I don't fully know. I don't know. I just only saw it when I heard. However, at the beginning of this trip, I got to spend time with the Mennonites. Who would have thought? I would have never saw this for myself. But I am an open soul who is very strong in her presence and her belief. So therefore, I'm not easily like, oh, I don't know what anything is. I do. I'm on my path and I'm pushing far and I'm pushing forward. But I get to hang out with different cultures openly because I represent mine very well. I don't hide it. I couldn't even if I tried. And literally. And because of that, I move with a very awareness of self, but purpose and also spirit. So I got to meet the Mennonites. It was very nerve-wracking because I didn't know anything about them. But once he said, "Oh, we're like cousins to the Amish," I was like, "Well, I know I've hung out with the Amish a little bit. I've not hung out with them like I've been to their house, but I've lived amongst them. Let's say that." So I got to see it. Now the Mennonites, I did get to hang out with. I did get to see their behind the scenes. I did get to see like how they live, their farming, all of that kind of stuff. Very interesting. And I run into them once a week and we have a quick chit chat, and it's not always the same person. It's like, and they speak Spanish. Like they're not, I don't know, you know what I was thinking. Very US, but I was very much thinking it. Okay. But they speak Spanish. And it's always a good vibe. Now, the reason they're important to the storyline is because they showed me this place. It's like they welcomed me in to a very private town that I have thrived in. And it's been beautiful for me. I didn't see that as a part of my vision, but my point of bringing it up is you cannot expect the opportunities that exist for you to look like what you've seen done before, because everything is spiritually similar or the same depending on what you believe, but the physical aspects look different. We'll talk about that more in the spiritual chit chat, but just keep that in your mind. I'm planting seeds today. Today's Monday mind mapping, so I'm giving you a lot because as we lay out the week, it's going to make sense to you when I reference it. So I didn't expect them to be, I was so scared. I was freaked out. They tried to like, oh, hey, I'm like, oh, they're trying to take me out. No, I'm not going for it. I was not going for it. They're trying to take me. Like you just never know. You never know. But before I left Florida. If you follow me on live stream, I was on Amazon. It was very wild and crazy. But now, a year later, it was before now, but just this year, I've learned why I had to go through what I went through, because I'm now living globally and it's not always just casually easy. So, as you do your mind mapping, we're gonna round this up, because I feel like, what time is it? Boom. Whoa! Gee, y'all are keeping me. It's almost 12 o'clock. Last time I looked at my phone felt like 30 minutes ago. It was 10:40. I'm not doing nothing else, but still, I laundry. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. This is why I have this watch, because a part of what I've learned this year, my mind mapping. One, you need to keep track of your time, because that's the one valuable thing you have outside of self. So, me having this watch, again, it's not created. My phone is probably going crazy as far as notifications, because it's almost 12 o'clock, and people hit you as soon as they wake up. Yo, you don't think first? Can we process the day? Can we all wake up and process? Like, when you turn your computer on, hopefully you give it a break and turn it off. It needs to upload, it needs to boot up. You have to do that too as a human. So, as we spoke about mind mapping for the last 2 hours, I hope you have a better understanding of what it looks like and where we're headed. I will start breaking down the times, the scopes, the possibilities, what that looks like, how to do it, how to achieve it, what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me. But as I've been doing this as far as live streaming, I've gotten better. Oh, wait, pause. I never finished this. So when I did my 6-month check-in, aka the summertime, I realized, okay, this is great. I've evolved. What does evolution look like for me, and what I want to build? Some things are going to come with me. Some things I brought back around. They were never fully gone. I just wasn't putting all of my energy into it, okay? So don't look at the things you've built as, don't look at them as failures if they haven't succeeded in the way you want them to, because it just may not have been the time for it. Some things that have come back around, my God, I started it like just say 5 years ago, but because I kept it in the midst of my life, I wasn't working on it. I wish I would have, but then I'm like, girl, you knew you wouldn't have kept up with it. You were very busy. You were out there getting it. You were learning. How would you have done that, right? But now, this year, as I've been playing on platforms, trying out different personalities, different characters I wanted to create for myself, because that's all we do when we do online, right? We're just creating new characters. I was able to pull from the creations I created 5 years ago. Now, I probably just had the domain. I probably just had the, YouTube set up and one video that 5 years later, it got some views, but what if I would have posted more videos, right? So you got to get rid of the FOMO. I'm missing out. I should have done this 10 years ago. Yeah, sure. But it's come back around to you, and now you need to snatch it. Are you in a better position to snatch the ideas, the visuals, that spirit was to drop in on you? If you mind map and lay that thing out, when those side missions come in, when those opportunities come in, you will know if you can say yes and or no. 2 questions of life that you shouldn't have confused. You shouldn't know. Balance is key, but yes or no is T. Okay. Do I want to have a turn-up weekend? Absolutely. But if I turn up this weekend, next week has to be a lot cleaner. Okay. Balance. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't do one or yes and or no, but when. So I turned up all weekend. I went to the gym. We haven't had that much water. We're going to get some water. We're going to flush with a lot of water. And then, eat healthy. Probably buy some salad, lettuce, and, incorporate that back into our reality. So, it's more than I can even say in one video. And I will sit on here all day trying to get your mind to, map all day. Because it's helped me, and I know it'll help you guys. And people always look. It's so interesting how people look at my content and they're so confused by what I do. So I know I've done a great job with not telling everybody my details. but at the same time, it's working for me in the best way. So I'm learning to give you the play by play so that you can be in a better position. I feel so bad for people who do not have vision for the future. Not in like a, oh, I feel bad for you. Yes, I mean, I feel bad for, a lot of things, but I'm saying it in a sense of I wish I would have spoken up sooner for those who were open to hear this kind of conversation. Because I've been playing this year, because I was able to afford myself that time. Now I'm in a more serious bag because I realized with all of my playing this year. Thank you, Tabitha, for following. Period. I see you, boo. Thank you. Now that I've played all year, and when you get to play, it's like you get premonitions. Things like you just like, because you let go of stress, you let go of worry, you just live your life. I was stretching the bikini, just sexy every day. Just hello, you guys. Coffee. Okay, what are we doing today? I don't know. Let's go by just playing, just having a good old time. Yeah, we still are. It's a little chillier now, and we're getting ready for the new year, so I have to tighten up. Literally, I gotta tighten up. Not too much, but we gotta tighten up, so that next year it's more fun and more play. But there's still one season out of the year that I give to mind mapping, that I give to preparation, that I give to close the door. We're not going in, we're not going out. Or we're obviously in. But you know what I'm saying? There's one season out of the year that you need to give yourself to just get it done. If I told you I was in the gym all year, I would be lying. I've worked out in the gym more times this last month than the entire year. And I think I've only been to the gym like 6 times. I do my own workouts. I do very slow and steady. You see this is like my workout area. Okay, so when I do my stretching and I do all of that, I will be showing you how to maintain your body and how to sculpt. Was it a perfect body that I would have gotten in the gym? It was very sexy. It was trim. I'm thicker now. It was trim and it was fit, but I was not, my booty was a little, she needed some work, so we in the gym now because I needed like some weights. I need a lot more weight. So yeah. That's a sidebar, but let's talk about it, because who is? To me, I used to be afraid, but then I would do crazy things to make me less afraid of not crazy things. Like what I'm saying sounds, whoa, you're saying that online, but it's like, child, I've said crazier things just to make sure I can say this. Thank you, Amazon, for giving us a space. Gotta shout your people out. Okay, so, but we did this on Amazon. 2023, we're gonna pause that. No, 2023. We did live stream 2023 for a good amount of time when I moved into my other place with my boo. Y'all remember, if you know, you know. And we started this conversation then. So I knew this was able to be done here, but I needed to reconstruct my reality so that you can see it more. So the mind mapping portion on the basic scale is done. I feel like I laid it out very, very well for you. Mind map, yeah. Oh, close this part out. When I did my middle of the month or middle of the year reset, aka what's working, what's not, what's draining, what's giving, what's worth it moving forward 2025, what's not, because I desire a seamless reality. What does that mean, Lee? I know, new word. Hello. Seamless reality. I don't want to have to wake up every day overthinking the day. Oh my God, that sounds draining just when I say it, right? If I have my time set up for me, then all I have to do is move in that. Laziness is, you're not lazy because you're lazy. Life is tough. You heard that horn? That was confirmation. I learned that from my girlies. Life is tough, and I don't care what anyone says. Listen. I could buy a new vehicle right now and be happy, and then 2 days later be like, dang, life is difficult. Life is, and you have to be okay with knowing that it's not your fault. Not all of it. when you can accept that, then you will be able to accept that the steps you make are you trying something new or building on what you already built that's working for you. Because as we get older, I don't know how old you are, but as I've gotten older, as we continue to get older, as we age, as we experience, as life evolves, as nature, as tech, as all these things, the only constant you have is you. That thing, you, this thing, when you look in the mirror and you're like, I'm gonna get it, whatever. All you have is that. So you need to do your best at keeping this, not saying in control, but in alignment with self. You, body, self, spirit, packaged here. If you keep that in alignment, anything outside of that is up to you. That's extra. Now, you may say, Lee, the prices of X, Y, and Z went up, da da da. Try new products. Try new places. Finally go to that farmer's market you've been dying to go to. The lechuga may be a little bit cheaper or even fresher. Maybe you could get you some watermelon with seeds if you find a place. Like, there's ways to, not saying work around it, but there's ways to achieve the thing that you feel is unachievable. You just have to reroute yourself. But a lot of y'all don't even know your routes, so you don't know where you are. That is why you mind map. Hello, we brought it back together. I love that for us. Hello, beauty girl. Hi, thank you for joining. Are you following me? I don't think I've seen your name in here before. Period. Okay, so I don't think there's, okay, products below. We'll do some product overview. But yeah, so as I've mind mapped and I've come, and it's now December. Wow, we made it to the end of the year. It felt like it was very long and short at the same time. But this is why you mind map, because as you continue to do that, and mind mapping is literally you mapping out your mind. You can say heart map, mapping out your heart. You can say emotional mapping, whatever thing you pull from of yourself. Today we're mind mapping because when I woke up today, my mind was on fire. Ideas, opportunities, things. Because I've created so many outlets for myself, different things pull on me to start my day so that I have options, okay? You do too. You just are not aware of it fully yet, and I want to bring clarity to you so you have different outlets, different characters, different things, and you're not bored of your life, you're not bored of what you have going on. And when you buy something, you will feel the most happiest person alive because it goes with your day-to-day operations, okay? So, two products that I love. So, Lenovo is very new to me. I have been a Mac girly, an Apple. I'm going to say Apple, yes, but I always stood by the MacBook Pro since college. MacBook Pro as a creator has always been my go-to. When they came out with the M1 chip, baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was in there quick. Give me X, Y, and Z. I was in there just creating my own. I was very, very pleased. I'm still very pleased. But because I'm outside, it's very different on my products. And not because of my tech, because she's bad or nothing. I'm not, there's no Apple store around me if it were something were to like go crazy. So I've already lost 2 out of my 3. That's my last one until I find a place who can fix it. I did find a place, but 4 weeks. I just might as well take a trip to Mexico City and just get it, you know what I mean? But then I have to stay there for 2 days. It's a lot when you think globally. So I forgot what I was saying, you guys, because I'm tired. I'm at that point where, ooh, I need some more coffee. We have it. Hold on. Recharge. Recharge. So silly, I know. Okay, so mind mapping, laying out your mind, clearing that thing out because y'all cluttered in the mind. Also, I want to throw this in there as a side tidbit. You need to declutter your space. If your space is decluttered, your home, your car, your office space, your mind is definitely a representation of your physical. Remember I said before, you need to make sure your person is in check because that's the one thing you decently have enough control over, even though it is and can be influenced by others. Let me be your positive, natural, spiritual, herbal influencer, okay? What else? Lord bless me with the words. We are in need of more. And you know what I think is so crazy about life? The older I've gotten, people are crazy. You need to have a little bit of crazy in you just to psych out the crazier people. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Yes, keep that in your mind. Mind map, but keep certain things in your mind. Preach. Yes, thank you, sis. I appreciate that. So, we've talked about mind mapping. We still will. Every Monday will be that. For my mind map closing out, it's more so figuring out the official schedule. I get nervous about creating an official schedule because it just officializes the fact that I made it to the point where I have an official schedule. I know. I can be hard on myself too, but if I'm not hard on myself, no one else really is. I don't know if you have that same correlation as the oldest sibling and all these things. If I'm not hard on myself, no one else is. So I've always had to be like tougher on me because everyone was just happy that I was doing more. And I was happy about that. It brought a lot of support. But what happens when you reach that goal? I had to create more. I was like, whoa, what? My goals were not big. Now, I do have huge visions that have led me far, and some have led me astray, but more like a sidebar, not really like a stray. More like a go through this so you can know better and learn better and do better. So, boom, shakalaka, laka, shakalaka, boom. I'm gonna look up 2 books that we can play around with, aka go through Kindle. If you need audio, do audio, but a book that we can kind of follow suit together. If you had fun hanging out with me, follow me, stay connected, ask questions, prep your questions. You see we've been live streaming for about 2 hours, so this will definitely be a full out day type of vibe where we can actually go through this, because not only am I speaking about the products, I'm also living it, and this is my day so far. Like once I log out, I'll probably do some more cleaning up, and then I'll head out and do some errands, and then reset for more of my day. That's why I haven't like showered and got comfortable yet, because I still have things that I want to physically go do. All right, and then yeah, today's goal for the week is to mind map for this month. If you want to mind map for next year, I would say wait. Close out 2024 strong. We're mind mapping just to release the things that have been held in your mind. We want to trial and error them, okay? When I made a decision to officially go to New York from Florida and try out life and see what it was like, the biggest thing leading me was I don't want to miss up on this experience. I don't want to have this experience available to me, say no to it out of fear instead of courage, and be upset 10 years from now when I look back and I'm like, dang, what would have happened if? What would have happened if has been with me for a very long time. When I think about a situation or an experience or something I'm doing, or if I want to do it, what would happen if I had? What would happen if? What would happen if I do it? What would happen if I don't? Would I miss it 10 years later from now? Would I look back and be like, oof, I wish I would have moved to New York in my early 20s and did this and tried that? I don't have to think about that because I've done it. Now, sometimes thoughts come back and they're like, what if you did it this way? And I'm like, oh, I rebuke it. I've already done it the best way I could. Now we move forward and we elevate, we evolve, we get better, etc. Now, my advice to people has changed, but my experience remains the same because I have the experience. Experience truly is your greatest teacher, which is why I play with a lot of products, because I can tell you about something, but unless you experience it, you have different viewpoints of it, different product reviews of it, it will be hard for you to teach from that space. So even when I go through tough times like 2023, which I will reference, and I will break that down when the time is right. We'll talk about like healing and like life after death type of vibe, and I'll talk about how I've healed, how I'm still working through it, what it's been like, what it looked like. I'll go deeper into what happened to me. If you were there in real time, you got to experience it. But right now, I want to still prep you because it's all going to tie in together. I move like a flow. I stay by water with purpose because I like a flow, I like fresh energy, and I want to teach you that as best as I can online. Okay. So we're starting off with mind mapping. Thank all of you so much for hanging out with me, getting to spend time with me, getting to see who I am, more about me. Maybe you saw me somewhere else and you're like, oh, I don't know who this girl is. What she got going on? I am figuring out life in the best way and route for myself. What I like, what I don't like. When I became a full-time influencer and travel, it wasn't for me. I was like, girl, this is it's cute. I like it, but I like the freedom of speech in the way that I do it. I like the abilities that I have, and I like where I can release them the way that I can, because it doesn't make me feel overwhelmed, and it keeps my content exciting. It keeps my content new. It keeps me, there is another day of the week that I take for myself to just release something that didn't work out or to bring something new in, right? So, for example, this weekend I stayed in a space of love. Wherever I knew love was is where I wanted to be. Why? Because I needed a cultivation of it. You can't give from an empty cup if you don't have it within yourself. You can't give from, again, experience of, oh yeah, life in New York if you've never lived there. Oh, life as an actor if you've never become one. Life as a producer if you understand. I can't speak from a doctor's perspective. I have no idea. Now, from a herbalist, I got you. Let's talk about some oregano. Let's talk about some rosemary, right? But only through my experiences is how I speak with confidence and assurity, because I've tried it. Now, I do give my disclaimers when we start speaking about food, when we start speaking about items of like skincare or hair care. I will still remind you that you are you and I am me. So if it works for me and it doesn't for you, you have to take that as a grain of salt. I don't really go into deep, like, I guess a good example would be if you have dry skin and I have, balanced skin. I'm going to tell you the opposite of what you would get from what I'm buying, because you have different skin type. Yeah? Same with hair texture. Yeah? Exactly. Okay. So, last thing but not least, mind mapping for me today. Today's Monday, which is get our stuff together. So we are chit-chatting and mind mapping done. We do need to slide over to the grocery store. Laundry, gotta go pick that up and drop some more off. Period. Cha. Oh yeah, what time is it? I can't believe it's 12 o'clock. That's not bad. So then we're gonna do some editing. So now once I log off of here, I'm gonna hop on emails and some other stuff before I head out, because I'm probably going to end up grabbing lunch somewhere, and I'll do some more work over there with my laptop. So Lenovo is still very new for me. The Chrome I would recommend more than this one, because it's the next level up and you can use it more of a Chrome or like a iPad. How do you say it? Tablet? Yeah, because you say iPad, it's like saying, it's like watching Hulu, but you talking about you. It's like watching Hulu, but you say Netflix. It's a stream service, but the first thing out there is the one that usually gets the name. Okay, so very, very simple. If you like simple things to start, that's affordable. The graphics are not 4K or anything like that. It's my on the go. It's my, if it got wet and broke, it's okay, we can get another one. My M1 chip, that was a couple thousands. She is not trying to be casually outside like that, because if I spill, I've had Mac. I've had about 4 generations of MacBook Pros. My chest. Because I'm committed. Wow. Love them down. But they're not, girl. I had to think about it. Damn, 4 generation, girl. You've been supporting 4 generations. Jesus. Hold on. A tear, literally. But luckily, I've broken out of it, and we're now with Android. Not because we're choosing them over, but I need to know what 2 sides of the coin look like. That's how I give you my better review. Even for myself. when you've been in something for so long, like 4 generations of MacBook Pros, what else does exist, and is it worth it? Going back to trial and error, I could sit on this all day because it's literally in everything. Is this water better? Is that water better? Is this side of the world better? Is that side of the world better? Is this tin better? Is that? There's a lot. So 4 generations later, I have now adopted and added some Android, some Samsung, some Chrome. I love Chromebook. I'm gonna take that love back. I like Chromebook. I haven't gotten to play with them on an heavy editing to like advise if that's good for like, hey, I'm an editor. I wouldn't know. I use basic. I use mine for basic emails, basic check-ins, basic numbers, everything on a basic scale. Anything editing I typically do from my other phone, which this one is, now this phone is interesting. I haven't reviewed it yet. Graphically, everything's different when you step out of Apple. This phone, alright, I'm not going to talk about this phone yet. It is from a different brand, and I don't know if it's accessible in the US. That's how wide my reviews go. I don't even think it's in the US. Like, I don't think you probably could buy it on some kind of market, but I don't think it's. Anyways, we're going to change subject. So, but the Lenovo, if you're looking for a basic, starting, affordable, emails, college student, you know, you can use it for iPad and just out. Like, again, very, very light, baby. I be out here like this, la, la, la. Because, you know, it wasn't $2,000. So, very different. Very, very different. Very, very different. Anyways, so that's the computer I currently use on the go when I'm doing everything else in between. And I do use, Canva. I do use Canva a lot through it. Sometimes it can move a little slow for heavier editing. That's my point. So if that's the case, I usually either quickly when I'm out on my phone, or I wait for my M1 heavy duty 4K experience. Now, okay, y'all. Oh God, have mercy on my soul. I'm ready for. What are we eating for lunch? Oh wait, I have leftovers. Oh, thank God. Oh, I thought I had to go out somewhere. Jesus. People. No, I'm joking. I'll be outside. Don't worry. I'll be outside. I had to remember to come inside. Wait. Did I do anything online? Okay, so cha. I do this all the time. I too have to pull myself out of it. So goals for me, for you, I want to find us some books that we can dibble dab in. Whether you want to read a book, whether you want to sharpen your mind or tools or follow along, I think we can do that. If you have any book suggestions of what you've been wanting to read, let me know. Holy Spirit. Oh, so this is for the week. So should we do Wellness Wednesday? I don't know if I want to call it wellness. I'm currently mind mapping. We're gonna finish this together, because once I'm done, I'm gonna move to another part of my day. So Wellness Wednesday will be more our spiritual conversation, healing, healthy lifestyle. I'm still figuring out if I want to put them together or keep them separate. Because we have our 2025 prep and planning, and we have our coffee and chat. And we have 2 other things I want to do, and I need to do some graphics. Do you all love the graphics that I put? It's usually whatever I'm doing. I am gonna make them cute. We're gonna evolve together. I'm back on Amazon, so I will share, and I am currently sharing with you how I get back into the groove and what that looks like. So my graphics will evolve. My aesthetic overall will continue to increase, but this is where we're starting. So for those who feel fear of how they look, what they have available to them, how their money, this, that, and the third, it's okay. Look, I'm not starting from a no place. I've been doing this for a while, so I have followers, but I'm restarting a year later. So I was nervous when I first got on. I'm still a little nervous because the numbers are beautiful. Like, it's a lot to take in, but because it's my real life, it allows me to like relax a bit more. So hold on, y'all. Okay. Thank you, Amazon customer, for the follow. Hello, welcome to your today. All right, what are we doing? Okay, so Wellness Wednesday. I'm gonna do this later because I want to detail it. I'm at the point of details of my schedule, so I wanted to like, do I have the graphic for this? What product specifically? I don't want it to be, before I came on live, it took me 40 minutes to like, my graphics took forever to load. I was like, oh my God. Child, let me just go ahead and get out of here, you know? So I just came on with what was already done. But like having that set up, I've been working through my storefront, and that's been taking a couple days, but we cleared out a lot of things that were old or that was unavailable, and I just want to make life a bit more simple for you as it continues to be what it is. Yeah. I don't want to say this is like, oh, this is simple living. Yes, and evolution. We do both. We balance over here. So I think my phone's about to die. Let me see if I can find another charger. Oh, let me log out. I love you guys. This has been fabulous. I think I spoke all about mind mapping and everything in its totality. B-size, I spoke about this. I'm 5'10", if you did not know. It's one of the best tripods on the market for the price. Now, it has a really great hook at the bottom that keeps your balance, so you can do heavy or light. And it's the one I will always recommend. Newer has some great ones too. There's another one, but they're like $85. But this one I would recommend to my beginner content creator who has a budget, or if you don't feel like spending $85 on a tripod, this is the one I would go with. She's great. This is just, I just love Moleskine. Moleskine just make me feel legit. Like, where my Moleskine at? Speaking of, do I even have it? I'm not. If I don't have it near me, I'm not gonna. Okay, it's in my tub. I'll bring them on later. One of my favorites to use. I have the smaller one and I have the big one for journaling and for mind mapping, but more like ideas. Like when I'm thinking about Amazon specifically, I mind map on a page. If I'm thinking about my health specifically, I mind map. If I think about foods I want to eat and create, I mind map. So I mind map often, every day, all the time, but it just depends on the topic. So I do monthly, yearly, and I'll do daily, and then I'll do topics. So like one mind map might be the fact that I want to read more, and then I'm like, well, what books do I want to do? Audio, Kindle. I don't know why I do it like this, but I like to see what I want to do next. This skirt I'll probably wear this time next week. I just added on for Cyber Monday. I love a cute I love a cute tennis skirt, and I have two cute Venice visors, or two cute visors. And I added some more of this. These are my pants I have on now. They don't have the color. Oh, my legs, y'all. Oh, jeez. Very cute. All that good stuff. And I do my clothing. I've said this before, but my clothing aren't too far from each other. I was charging my portable battery, so when we head out, I keep it on me. I keep the stacks on me. Hello, Lady C. Long time no see. Welcome. Yes, we're just wrapping up our mind mapping. So what else, you guys? I think that's it. I feel really, really great about today. I feel like this was a great start to where we're headed in our content and what that looks like. And as far as products that you see, I'll switch them up with my favorites that I've used before at a certain point in time. Products that I'm currently using, and products that I would recommend. Okay, I'm gonna head out now. I love you guys for vibing with me. Make sure to follow, say hi anytime you see me. If you shop with me, you can check out with me as well. This has been phenomenal in the best way, because it shows me that you all enjoy the content. It shows me that it's something that you're interested in doing. I will probably come back on later. If you see me more than once, well, let me not laugh. I'm gonna come back on later. I may not. We're getting the schedule together. The schedule is getting closer. This is our second week, so I don't want to rush myself into it. I do want us to be prepared, and I don't want to overwhelm you or me. You just met me. I just met you all, hopefully, if you say hi. Thank you for the follow, Lady C. What a do boo. So I don't want to. It's like a new relationship. I don't want to do too much. Some of y'all like moving fast. Jump in. Me too, baby. Right now, the time is to be moving fast. We're picking our pace up. For those that need a little bit more time to get comfortable, it's okay. That's why we're starting early, because I want you to ease into it. I've already started the rope. I've already started running. So you've caught me like mid stride, and we're finding our pace. This is such a runner analogy, but we're finding our pace to finish the marathon. We're not over pushing. We're just finding our pace to finish the marathon, and then we'll sprint a little later, okay? But we've already got the run started. We're already good to go. I'm adding you now into my flow if you want to jump in the river with me. I love you guys so much. This has been informative, fabulous. It's y'all been rocking with me the whole time. I know y'all don't want me to go just yet. I feel it. But you know, when you get in a relationship, you start too soon. It's okay. I can stay all day. I can do it. I can do it. I could do it. But let's save it for a little bit. Let's savor this moment. Let me lay out some more clarity, so when I do hang out for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, we have a good schedule set for our TV show. Okay. But thank you all for hanging out with me and letting me know this is of interest of you. It's been 400 plus people the entire time, and I could cry. But I've been crying all year. Okay, we're going to have to say that for later. Can we cry later? Can we cry a little bit later? A good cry is always good, but the day's still Dan. So I need to pop outside real quick and let people know I exist. No, I'm joking. I will talk to you guys later. I love you so much. Hasta luego. If you shop with me, check out with me, or save it for later. My products won't divvy too much from what you see now. I might just take in and add some things. My list on my page, I'm still working through them. So one is going to say daily stream products that I will put on my day-to-day stream. I have tech. I have some other ones. I'm still clearing out some things. So shop there at your own risk. But I want to reset it where it's not just like 10,000 options of one item. I want to make sure, like, hey, right now, this month, this is this. Next month, this is this. My favorite products of all time thus far, you know? So I want to make it very clear, very plain as day. That's why we mind map the way we do. Love you guys. Time to go get some food. Time to reset. This has been fabulous. God bless you. Hasta luego. My map. My map. I might change the name to My Map.